Welcome to the RSP Boiler Room. I'm Matt Waldman with the Rookie Scouting Portfolio. This is Van Jefferson, number 12, wide receiver for Florida Gators. He is a senior. He's had an extra year. He transferred from Ole Miss, where at Ole Miss he was a top recruit with a loaded wide receiver core with the Rebels. But he was a guy that actually stood out in camp very early on in his career, especially with his route running and his ability to read defenses and understand the scheme well. Little on the thin side, so that kind of hurt him a little bit. Had a dislocated elbow at one point while he was at Ole Miss, transferred to Florida, and he's really the only guy on Florida's depth chart of wide receivers who has the starting job locked down entering the season in 2019 here. So we're going to take a look at Van Jefferson's game, and we're going to tell you a little bit about what makes him an interesting prospect. I'll tell you right away, one of the things that makes him interesting is that he can run some nice routes, and he has a receiving coach for a dad and a former NFL receiver, in fact, Sean Jefferson of the Patriots and Chargers. He has his dad reviewing his film for him ever since he was in high school and throughout college. And we're going to kind of show you how his game works, both in the short, intermediate, and deep ranges of the field, and how he uses some of his best skills to set up both his short, intermediate, and deep targets. One of the best things about Van Jefferson's game is how he sets up inside breaks with outside moves. He's a very good slant runner in the short and intermediate game. You can see him down below here. And watch how he sets up with his pads over his knees, gets the defender turned to the outside. Nice hard jab step there. And then turns the defender to the sideline. And then the quick turn back inside. He's very good at this little jab and quick turn. Something that you're going to see repeatedly on this tape. Jab, quick turn, point of the toe. And it's very economical footwork. You're not seeing really wide stride at all. It's very short strides down below there. And that gets him in position to be able to make the catch. Makes the catch with the defender over his back. Nice job here, but you're going to see this repeatedly. And that short footwork is really important. So again, economical, sells with a very controlled jab step, not too long, turns inside very quickly there. Second step is short enough that he's able to accelerate and really get some power and acceleration into this break and then make the catch. We're going to see this economical footwork and the ability for him to really turn his hips in a little bit of a tighter shot here on just a wide receiver throw out, this little wide receiver screen. Now watch him be able to jab with that outside foot and then point that toe, that inside toe inside, and turn those hips quickly. He's going to do it again right here. Watch him then take that inside foot here and see how he has that toe pointed, opens those hips well. And he gets that toe pointed. That's going to allow him to dip sharply. See that dip right there? This is really nice work because it also gives you an idea of what he can do as a route runner. See that little toe point and how he's going to be able to make this very sharp turn? And that helps him take advantage of number 10's block a little bit to get a few extra yards on the play. This ability to work inside out economically with quickness, with acceleration, and to weave into an S like that, very helpful on a lot of these routes that you're seeing, especially the slant with a diamond release. We're going to take a look at a few. Here he is, bottom right. You're going to watch again with an outside in release. Here we go. One more time. There we go. Outside, little dip with the shoulder, back inside, clears the man, uses that outside hand, and then just a nice release upfield, flattens that release a little bit so that it can get downhill, catches the ball. Does a really nice work there on this particular play. See how he's able to get inside like that? Let's see if we can show it one more time here. They don't show it right there, but still, see if we can go back a little bit more. See how he's got that inside shoulder turned outward? Really nice setup there on the defensive back. And then the quick turn of the hips, which we saw with the footwork on the first two plays. And then he has that break that gets downhill. Well done. Let's look at how good that stick is as well after this little slant against off coverage. And watch the stick right there. See that little stick right there? And then he brings that inside foot in, and he's able to get flat very quickly with that and then break uphill or break downhill for extra yardage. This stick does it right there. He makes 2 defenders miss with that, and then he splits defenders for another 8 or 9 yards on this play, getting the first down because of that. So it's good for routes. It's good as a runner after the catch. I mean, that's a hard jab right there, and bringing that inside foot around just so that he can get that toe pointed. It's always often that second step that can make a big difference there on these types of runs after the catch or turns with routes. Here's another nice play where, again, you're going to see him set it up with an outside move right there, and then turn his hips, and then just get past the defender to the inside, and then he's going to stack the defender and run that sideline route, make the catch. Good job. And then try to extend for the red zone. And one of the things that I love about Florida is that they're using Van Jefferson in a way that's to his strengths. They can put him outside and have him work outside in. They can also use him in the slot, have him work outside to set up the defender with a little bit of a peek to the outside. Then again, turn the hips, get inside very well. So that second step, once again, that outside foot going inside to be able to work and swipe through that defender, and then stack the defender and work back to the outside here on a deeper route. So really, he's still working outside on this route, but they use the slot route to work a little bit deeper. So it's kind of more of a fade against a defensive back and getting nice work here. I mean, whether you want to call it kind of a sideline route because it bends to the sideline, or you want to call it more of a fade. Really what they're doing is they're matching him up on a route against a defensive back who is at a distinct disadvantage because he's usually playing inside against a receiver who oftentimes beats guys who are often good enough to play on the outside here. Something you'd like to see more of in the NFL. Now, something that I'd like to see a little bit more of from Van Jefferson is his ability to make plays in tight coverage using the correct hand position. He often does this well, but let's watch this dig route. He's up at the top right of the screen. He's going to work inside here. And what I like is about in this next 5 to 7 yards, you're going to see him bubble a little bit to the outside to widen that defender. See right there, he's starting to angle outside. Then you see him break back to the inside. But right here, you'd like to see him not use underhand technique. You can see his elbows down here. You'd rather see him attacking where his elbows and forearms aren't facing the ball, but the inside of his forearms are facing it, and his hands are outward to make this catch. He more cradles it to his chest, takes the wrap. It's a good catch, but you'd like to see him attack a little bit differently with this particular target. The nice thing is that he can. You're going to see him here, bottom right, against the corner in LSU. He's going to work a little inside out, and he's going to catch this nice little back shoulder fade here. Good job getting his hands up. Now he juggles it a little bit, but he's able to make the catch as number 9 is able to makes contact with him. We're going to watch it here in a moment in the replay close up. Outside in. Gets even. Good job with the late hands. Good hand position right there. See how he has his thumbs and his fingertips skyward. Doesn't completely have them as tight as you'd like. Ball juggles it a little bit, but he's able to come down with it. Fingertip catch. Just doesn't get his thumbs around it, I think, at that point. But when you make fingertip catches, this is the great thing about fingertip catches. When you do that, you slow the spin of the ball because you have multiple points of contact with it, and it makes the rebound or the recoil of the ball gentler. See how much gentler that is? It's not rebounding with great velocity off a hard surface. So as a result, it's a gentler rebound or recoil, and it gives it an easier second chance opportunity to make the play, even with the defender in tighter coverage. This is one of my favorite routes of Jefferson's because on this particular highlight tape. And you're going to watch him here work inside out and then make that hard jab and run this deeper slant or intermediate slant right there. And see how he, again, jab, and it's that inside foot toe pointed, gets the hips turned very quickly. and he has separation on the defender very well. Makes a catch at the back shoulder with his hands and takes a hard hit. This is again a product of economical footwork, good flexible hips and mobility to turn like this and accelerate through it and keep his balance, make the catch, take the hit. See that quick flip of the hips like that? That's excellent stuff. And we're seeing it pretty much all night with him, or all of this video here with him. I'm doing this at night. Nice turn. That's exactly what you want to see. We're going to end it with this route here. He is middle trips, and you're going to see him put a double move on the defender, not in this particular exposure, but in the next one that they show. But you can see how wide open he is, and it's because he uses the movement that he often does on slants to his advantage, and they're doing it once again. They put him inside. They have him work inside, and then he bubbles out just a little bit wide to set up this safety, and then he makes that stick to the outside to go work in. Defender's trying to defend that, and he makes another hard stick, but his feet aren't too wide apart, so he's able to turn those hips and just get past him. Excellent double move based off his tendencies with route running. Outside, inside, little head dip. Really nice little okey doke there. And a lot of it's set up to, his strength is working on in-breaking routes. So set up outside, go inside, has the defender thinking, oh, I've guessed this well, but then that one extra suspenseful move that gives it the twist. Excellent play. And this is how Florida does a good job of setting up Van Jefferson's strengths to his advantage. You can put him inside, and within each time they used him inside, they kind of set up a little bit of a kind of a double looking move, or a double move to an extent, in terms of how he set people up. Remember the first double move against Michigan, they used him in a way where it worked outside, in, and then back out. This time they go outside, in, back out. Now, a lot of that is because he can make these jabs and make them efficiently and accelerate through. Thanks again for watching. For more RSP Boiler Room videos, you can check out my YouTube channel, Matt Waldman's RSP Film Room, and my site, www.mattwaldmanrsp.com.